Greetings, Hallowmaniacs. It's Steph here, and it's that time of year. Cracker Barrel has released their 2025 Halloween collection in store. We're going to check out 2 stores, so come along with me and let's go. So the first stop that we did had a lot of different kind of spooky effects playing on in the background, and I saw a familiar product. This is from last year. It is a pumpkin light stand, and I just love the face of this one here. Had great special effects, and it sold for $100. This is a great new find for the 2025. It's a haunted house that opens up. At first I thought it was just a light up, but then you'll see what happens here. I was not expecting the shutters and the door and everything to open up to those big teeth. It actually almost made me jump in the store, but I thought, how cool is that? It's something that's unique, and I think it was priced at, you can see here, $69.99. So overall, I think it's really cool, and it does have a projector on the back side of it too, so that would look great on a stand and kind of with an open wall. These glitter globes right here are something that's kind of been more of a familiar product the last few years at Cracker Barrel, and I really enjoy them. I think they look amazing. I love that spooky tree as well as that skeleton driving the truck there. This is a repeat product, but it makes me laugh. So it's a skeleton coming out of a barrel. He'll usually make little funny sayings, little farting noises, and I think it would be a great product, a funny product to have in your bathroom. So that was funny, and they had some cute little cups here, just a little array of pitch black. That's kind of a little oxymoron there, but this is a new product here. I like that little finger. It's kind of a skeleton. It rings a bell there, and for $24.99. So not too bad of a price. This is a guy that you probably heard making a lot of noise, and a new product that I have not seen before. So the price tag is $160 pretty much, but it's exciting to see that Cracker Barrel has kind of dabbled into the world of dragons, and I feel like that's something that I haven't seen them do before, but it's got great graphics and I think a great product overall. Here was a good wall decor item. It's for $70 pretty much, and it's a ghost that lights up, and I think that would look great in a dark room as well. And they have a lot of different things here. Some great jewelry. I saw these really cute little witch earrings, $12.99. And then they had even on here these little boo earrings. And you'll even see more at our second stop that we will make here in the same day as well, here later in the video. I like that charm bracelet right there. That was really adorable. They had a lot of great merchandise as far as clothing goes. This is a really great blow mold that they had. And I feel like a lot of Cracker Barrel's blow molds are kind of almost throwbacks to some certain vintage blow molds, and I like the stacked pumpkin here. This is one, I don't remember this from last year. I want to say it's new this year, but then they had this other little guy here, and I kept trying to set him off. I wasn't sure if he was on a motion sensor, but he made very subtle little movements, and it was kind of like, I don't know if it looks kind of like a alien skull or kind of a cartoony skull, but it was a neat little figure, something new that I had not seen before. And they had even a lot of great books that you could look at, as well as they even had some, these are great little salt and pepper shakers that hang upside down. And even kind of going into further, you can see they have salt and pepper shakers, just the ones that you could put on your table. And Cracker Barrel is always a great place to pick up salt and pepper shakers. They're at a very reasonable price of 99 cents, and they had a lot of different varieties. This right here was another great product if you like kind of the ravens. You'll see here in a minute they had even some Edgar Allan Poe, different books, they had merchandise. Here again we have another one of those glitter globes, and I like those. You know, I saw them a lot when they first kind of introduced them around the Christmas season, but they've kind of made their ways to a lot of different other holidays, Halloween being one of them, and I think they're great. Just something to light up your room. And here was a lighted up decorated tree, and I really do think the Halloween tree season is something that's going to be very real, because going into a lot of different stores like Michael's, I've noticed that they have a lot of different tree setups, and yeah, it's something great to see. And this one is 4 foot, it's pre-lit, you can see there. But they have all kinds of ornaments. So these are really cute. These two little cat ones. They have this little ghost hanging on a swing, which I thought was adorable, and it was priced at $3.99, which I thought was very reasonable, especially going into other different stores. Sometimes the ornaments can be even pricier, and they had a lot of cool light up ones. That one was cute too. The Together Forever, the little skeleton bride and groom. Imagine if you got married on Halloween. That would be a great little gift. But going forward, they had the little eyes. That was a throwback to the 90s for me. I remember those eyes that kind of put in your window with the suction cup. Those were great. I love those a lot. That was $7.99. And, it's battery operated. They had the switch in the back. But they had a lot of different, you could see the ghost that was lit up. They had the skull that was lit up. So many different options to choose from. So I keep telling Joe, we got to do a Halloween tree, and maybe one day we will. I have a little small mini tree. It's not a big tree, but something that we could hang up a few little ornaments on. But I like that one there too, that little kind of phantom ghost that's been a popular design. And then here, enter at your own risk, a little door sign here, which I like that because it has a little tiny lights that you can kind of see poking out through the sign itself. Kind of adds that little extra charm to it. And then going through here are some more books that they have. So I like that when you kind of get in the mood, the season, cozy up to a little scary book there. So they had a lot of different options there. Here you see a little basket of skulls. This was $3.99. And what I liked about Cracker Barrel was they had something for kind of everybody's budget. They had either something as little as 99 cents of salt and pepper shakers, all the way up to the larger decorations of $160 that I've seen. So depending on what your budget is, there was something there for you. I like this blow mold right here, the skulls with the raven on top. We actually got that last year, and I think it was around $60 that year as well. So no price change in that. Here was a witch that she was, I almost want to say, well, they said invisible witch, but it looked like a phantom witch with no head, but she lights up, and that was a cool feature. I love that spider and snake in that kind of spinning water glass there as well. A lot of great cups here. And then this was really, really nice. This, for $27, it's a spider web decorative dish. So I like how that looked there. And they just had so many different things. I love the mugs. Here again, you see even more salt and pepper shakers down there. So there's about, oh, look at a little Bride and Frankenstein and Bride of Frankenstein. So more there, and a great candle with a cauldron. And at first I didn't really see that it was a candle. It had a lot of great detail on it, and I think that would look great on a mantle. But yeah, so many different things. They even had hand soap right there, you can see. Always look underneath the shelves there, because a lot of times they'll have the newer products kind of hidden in the boxes underneath if you don't see it on top. But I love this witch right here. I think a couple years ago they had a smaller, skinnier witch, and then last year they came out with a larger witch. But yeah, Cracker Barrel has been putting out some really great blow molds. At this one I didn't see. There's kind of this year's product. It's the coveted haunted house blow mold, and this one unfortunately did not have it. And we are kind of on the hunt for it, so we will go to another stop here in a little bit here as well to check it out. But we're just enjoying and kind of looking here. I mean, look at this black cat blow mold. I love that. It's kind of has a little bit of a vintage look to it as well, and I love that little black cat dish. Here I've noticed different holidays they've been putting out little jukeboxes, and once you press a button, it kind of lights up here, and I like it because it almost looks like an infinite light there. But they had so much things to look at, but I think it was time to go ahead and move along to our next stop, because we were really on the hunt for the haunted house blow mold. Upon going in the store, I saw a few different products that were familiar from years prior, one of them being the animated broom, as well as this Grim Reaper. I think he stands at 3 feet tall. But it's a great, kind of reminds me of like a little Roomba, because it kind of travels along the room there. Here was a neat t-shirt that I saw. It's the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown. Used to love watching that when I was little. Haven't seen it in a while. I think this year might be the year that I go ahead and rewatch it again. Kind of relive some of that nostalgia, right? And then I saw Beetlejuice making some appearances, like those squishmallows. But here it was. We finally found the haunted house blow mold. We actually called before we traveled out, and they said, oh yeah, we have 3 of them. But by the time we got there, they only had the display one left. And I was looking at it, and it looked in really good condition. I know that there had been some people that have gotten some of theirs through the mail or have gotten it and they're getting scraped up. So I was really happy to find one that didn't really have any visual defects or things like that. So that was going to probably be coming home, but we were looking, just kind of going through. I love the haunted houses that you saw throughout. Like here's another glitter globe with a haunted house theme. They had a lot of different, I love these little pens that you can kind of, they remind me of the Rock'em Sock'em little robots. They kind of had like the little punch. This one lights up. I thought that was cute. And then they had one right next to it that was kind of like a cat with a witch theme, but it also did like the little punching thing. So these weren't priced that bad. I think they're a couple dollars. Here, I'll show you the exact price of it, but I think they're so cute. Yeah, $4.99, not a bad price. And here again was that little jukebox. I think that was cute. It's kind of a little hard to tell on the bones. I think the bones of the jukebox light up, but it was kind of hard to see in the lighted room. But here was Nightmare Before Christmas. They had some great merch as far as they have throw blankets, they have hoodies, t-shirts, a lot of stuffed animals. So tons of different Nightmare Before Christmas. Here $24.99, and sometimes you'll notice on the licensed products that they can be run a little bit higher than the non-licensed. So things that are themed to like movies, television shows, sometimes, you know, at all stores, not just Cracker Barrel, they can be a little bit more pricey than other items that are non-licensed. But Scooby-Doo, I used to love watching that. I would watch that sometimes going, you know, in elementary, middle school before I go to school every morning. So I love that show. And here is that lovely witch blow mold again. And I like it. You can see it all lit up. And here are some more cute little decorative jewelry. Those earrings are adorable. Here they had like a little stretch, squishy kind of skeleton here, glow in the dark. So $4.99, not a bad price for that. I think I can remember having some of like those rubbery skeletons when I was little. But they had just so many different charms, things that you could put on bags, purses, all kinds of things here. So Cracker Barrel really had a great selection. And I'm going to show you right now what we ended up taking home. Alright guys, so I'm back home and I wanted to show you what we ended up taking home. And the first thing was, for $3.99, this little adorable ghost sitting on a swing kind of ornament here. And I love this because you could put it in a tree decoration, or you could even put it just on a hook somewhere. But for $3.99, it was not a bad price at all. It was adorable find and happy to have it. Alright, and kind of sticking to the ornament theme, I found this really nice. It's kind of like a little mini throwback to the 90s with those little light up eyes. This ornament here is battery operated, so you can go ahead and just turn it on or off with the switch in the back here. But I love it. It was adorable find, not something that was that pricey. Again, $7.99, but I love this. This will look great either on a tree that we have, or that we can kind of even prop up somewhere else in a dark room. I love the ambiance of those eyes. Alright guys, so she came home with us, this lovely blow mold. I love it. It's a haunted house with, it is a lot bigger. I see it right next to our curio cabinet that we have here, and it is a large piece. I love the vintage look on it. It has like a lot of different bright colors, something that you would see in like 90s different decorations. And yes, it did go on sale a while ago online and is no longer available online. So I kind of went into the season thinking it may be there, it may not. Going and looking for it online, I could see a lot of people reselling it for over $100 of what it cost. So this was $139, so practically $140 for the blow mold. To find it online, I think the cheapest I saw was around $250 minus shipping prices. So people are snatching these up, I think, kind of reselling them at a higher price tag, so which is typical, but it's one of those coveted items for this year for Halloween. I was happy to find it in store, again, with no defects or chipping, because I have seen a lot of them where they're coming off with, like, especially in the black paints, they're coming off with like chips in it. So I think we are lucky to find one that was intact. And that's something too, if you can find a blow mold, definitely check it if it comes in the box. Say it's something that comes out the stock room, always give it a quick little peek before you leave the store. You know, just save yourself some extra time in case there are some defects in it that maybe you don't notice, because I've unfortunately have seen some people get some of these, and not just this blow mold in particular, but other ones, and then they'll have like little cracks even straight out the box. So always just go ahead and save yourself some extra time, double check that product. But yeah, I am really super happy to find this. But as well, another tip, if you're looking for it, give your local Cracker Barrel a call. Sometimes you might have more than one in the area, but save yourself some gas mileage and call beforehand. So that's always great things that you can do. But again, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I think the selection this year at Cracker Barrel is really, really good. I'm really happy with it. I'm excited to see more that they may put out, because I think they have not put out everything that they have yet. So as we get closer and kind of really are in the true heat of Summerween, I think we're going to see more things pop up. So again, hope you enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for more videos. And as always, friends, stay spooky.
Trick or treat.